Thanks for coming. Are you guys there?
Yes, I'm here. How's it going?
Hi, I'm here.
Great. Whereabouts are you? I'm sure you're far away, somewhere in the world.
Oh, actually, I'm back in Germany now. So.
Oh, you're back in Germany. Okay.
Yes. So
Yeah,
far away from you guys.
Sorry?
Far away from you guys.
Yeah. You're giving yourself a break?
Yeah, but yeah, I'm going to Albania in 2 weeks with my girlfriend and some friends. Okay. Yeah, it's my next travel.
Great. All right. So for those who are wondering why I'm looking the way we are talking about hiking and adventure. So I just want to look the part. So don't be scared. So this is the ABBY IMANI REVEALS Show. This is where we speak, we are real, so that we can live. And today we are really going to talk about living, enjoying the privileges that we have, enjoying our environment. I mean, the little things in life that we take for granted, the experiences that we go through, which can liven us up and give us life. God has blessed us with so many beautiful things, and we have to enjoy them. So today, I'm glad to have the group we've named Spontaneous Hikers. I know Elon is not excited about that name. But yeah, so today our topic is from walking in Aburi to chasing waterfalls in Obosomasi. A group of spontaneous hikers share their experience. But before we talk about that, I would like to have my colleagues in the group share about themselves, and then we'll launch into our sharing of our hiking experience. So who will go first? Let me see. On the list, I have Melissa. So Melissa, you and Elon, you can activate your videos. Let's see your faces, and then share a bit about yourselves. Yeah. Okay, I can take my shades off now. I've made my Okay, we can hear you, so go on.
Okay. You kind of put us on the spot, starting with us.
No problem. It's all part of it.
So, well, I'm Melissa Nunu, and this year is what I've come to know as my permanent boyfriend. Elom. So, well, Elom and I are married. We have 2 very energetic kids. Keep us on our toes all the time. I work on a project in the University of Ghana. I'm the project manager and administrator. And education-wise, secondary school, I went to Achimota School, which is where I grabbed this man here. And went on to the University of Ghana and completed my undergrad. Did a master's, and here I am now working on a project. Yes, so that's a little bit about me. So Elom can share his side.
Sure.
Okay, so where do I start or continue from? I went to Achimota School as well, like she said.
Yeah.
We met at Legon again, coincidentally. It wasn't planned, yeah, but I believe God had orchestrated everything.
Someone says benefits of education.
So I work with the multimedia group. I am a finance manager in charge of credit risk, and then debt recovery. Yeah. I also I'm a farmer. So I was walking this morning and I felt the urge to start calling myself the Irish potato farmer. So you can start calling me the Irish potato farmer.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think to start with that should be about it.
Okay. There's a final question, but I'll go to the others and then we'll all address that later. Okay, so we have Michael, who is also known as Don Milla. Michael, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. Can we see your face? Hey. Okay, so tell us, who is Michael? Who is Don Milla?
Okay, my name is Michael Amankwaa. Some know me as Don Milla. I'm Ghanaian. I went to St. Augustine's College, Accra Academy, and then did my undergrad at James Madison and then master's at the Johns Hopkins University. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm into technology. I love nature, and I like to impact. So that's the brief.
There's another name you go by.
The mental catalyst.
Ah.
I have many names depending on the weather.
Oh, wow, okay. Hopefully by the time the session ends, we'll know all the names.
Sure.
Okay, and then let's see who's next. Is it Enyo? Yes. Enyo. Is anyone there? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh,
Give me a minute. I'm here.
all right.
Yes. Okay, hi everyone. Good evening. My name, can you hear me?
Yeah, but I can't see you.
Oh, I can see her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing you and Alon. I don't see it. Oh, it's from me. Can you see me?
Yes, you can.
Can you still see Enyo?
Yes, except that she's frozen now. I think her network is probably.
Yeah, Evelyn said she can't see her either.
Okay.
Okay, maybe she's having network issues. Okay. All right, maybe Amen, while Enyo sorts herself out, you go.
Yes, I can do that. Can you guys see me? Wait, yeah, now you should see me, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So my name is Armin Gündling. I'm from Germany, and I just finished my master's in industrial engineering here in Darmstadt, my hometown. And yeah, I like to travel a lot. That's how I met you guys in Ghana, and also like hiking for especially. My outdoor activities, I don't know, as a child I went out a lot with my parents, and kind of found myself really liking hiking, and yes, that's how I got into it. Can you guys hear me? Because I can't see you right now.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, perfect.
See you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I
Yeah,
think
it was actually kind of a funny.
Sorry,
Yeah,
go on.
it was kind of a funny story how I met Michael. Can you hear me now? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
on.
the story how I met Michael in Ghana was kind of funny in Liatevote when he was walking up Mountain Fachato with Julius, and then we just met randomly in the lodge, and we're like two hiking enthusiastic people, and like, yeah, freaking love it, and I know it's really good and inspiring thing to do. So yeah, it was kind of cool. And then I went to Accra, and then I text Michael, yeah, let's go for a hike, and that's how I ended up meeting you guys. So small work, but it was fun.
Oh wow. I mean, it was exciting how we all got together.
for sure.
Thank you. I think Enyo is back now.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry about that. Internet on my end. Okay, so I'm Enyonam Kakani. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so I work in venture capital firm. One of 4 indigenous venture capital firms in Ghana. And for school, I went to Accra and continued to the University of Ghana. And I studied at St. Peter's. That's about it. Anything else?
Sorry, the line is a bit choppy. Okay, maybe you can put your video off. At least we've seen your face for a bit, so you can put the video off so that it will help with the sound. Evelyn said she can hardly hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay. Is it better now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
It's better now. So please go again. Hello? Oh. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
You are muted. We can hear you now.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry about so I said that my name is Enyonam, and I work in a venture capital firm, and I studied computer science and statistics at the University of Ghana. And before that, I was in Accra Girls High School. Anything else I missed? Did you get all that?
Yes, but like I said earlier, there's one final question that all of us would answer, and that's how we all got into outdoor activities. Why? What sparked that interest? So this time we'll start. Okay, you can go.
Okay, yes. So since I'm still unmuted, I suppose I can start with that. So
Hello. Oh.
I grew up on the University of Ghana campus, and if you know the
The internet is not favoring her. That's a shame. I hope that it gets better. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. It went off. The last thing I heard was you grew up on University of Ghana campus. Okay. So she said she'll stay muted for now. Hopefully the internet will get better. All right, Amin, can you tell us what got you into outdoor activities?
Outdoor activities. So I think my family got me into it because it started really a young age. I went skiing, hiking with my parents, and also joined the scouts here in Germany. So camping for a couple of weeks a year was, I don't know, was common for me. So I really loved just being outside all day, every day, and really into hiking. I got through scouting as well, but last year in South America I was hiking a lot. So like couple of day hikes for 7 days, then a couple of hikes for like 4 or 5 days. and I don't know, I really like the simple routine of the day. Just waking up, the only thing you think about is where am I going? And then you put up your tent, you cook, and I don't know, just amazing views. Not that no people, or like a few people, only the ones you walk with. And yeah, that's how I got into it now. Well, I'm actually going to move to Munich or Innsbruck, closer to the mountains, to continue hiking. So
Oh, you said you're going to move where? You said you're going to move where?
Munich, so München in Germany, like in the south. Because right now I live in the middle, it's pretty flat, and I really want to move to the mountains so I can do hikes every weekend, and yes, and maybe climbing as well.
Exciting. I like what you said about the outdoors giving you this calm. I feel the same way. I mean, when I'm excited, but it's very calming, it's very soothing. I mean, you clear your head. You know, by the time you come back, you're so refreshed.
Yeah.
I like. All right, thanks. All right, Michael.
What was the question? How did I get into hiking?
Outdoor activities.
Yeah, so I think about 2.5 years ago, I decided to take my wellness more seriously, which includes obviously my physical activities and mental health. So, I started doing 10,000 steps a day. And then, once I started with that, I needed different places to walk. Normally I live in East Legon. So normally you just walk around East Legon, and it was becoming boring. So I started extending my walks to like Ayemesa, to Botanical Gardens, to walk on the beach and stuff like that. And then from there, it just escalated to the mountains and beyond.
Okay. I understand what you said about Islegon being too small. Sometimes I just want to go out somewhere, just leave everything,
Exactly.
get lost in nature somewhere. Thank you. All right, Melissa and are you there?
Ladies first.
Last year I was asking or insisting that he goes first. So, well, outdoor activities. Growing up, we were, I guess, our days were a bit different from these days. We're always outside playing and all that. And one thing that my dad used to do with us almost every weekend was to travel somewhere and go to a beach. So I've become someone who really loves beaches, taking walks on a beach and all of that. But over the years, haven't really done much in terms of outdoor activities. But again, recently, as Michael said, health related concerns. So Elom and I, Elom started first, started taking walks and stuff like that. But because of, time, work, and all that, it was kind of difficult to really commit to it. But a few months ago, we decided that we would do Lego on campus because I work on campus. When we live in Adringano, so it's kind of easier for him to come from work, and then we walk on campus before we come home. We did it once a week, I think, and just being outside, the time of day we chose to was good because the sun is pretty much evening, early evening, so sun not out at all. Very cool breeze and all that. So just walking around was very nice, and the freshness of the air and all that. We really started to enjoy that. And then, we decided, maybe we should plan something a little beyond Lagos. So that's how come we ended up on this hike.
Yeah, we'll come to that. You know, Legon really does have its own climate, and a number of times I've felt it when I enter from the main road and I get inside. I can tell the difference. The air is much fresher than when you go out. I'm hoping that it's maintained because it's really refreshing.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. So I think we've mentioned. Okay, let me go back to Enyo and see. Enyo, are you able to talk now? Do you think your internet is stable? Hello, Enyo.
Yes, hello.
Okay. Maybe you can try it and see.
Okay.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is
What
so
got you?
strange.
What got you outdoor activities?
Okay, yes. So I was saying that I grew up on the University of Ghana campus. I spent over 50% of my life growing up on the university campus. So the outdoors and nature has always been a part of me. If you know the campus very well, you know that it's an entire nature experience. I mean, as you all shared, right? It's an entire nature experience on its own. But after that, I made a deliberate decision to see a lot more of Ghana. When I started, I think I started traveling for work, and I would always, include a day or two to do some activities in the country where I traveled to. And then I thought that there's a lot to see in Ghana, and I'm not doing that. I'm not going anywhere in Ghana besides my hometown in the Volta region, right? And so in 2010, so in about 2010 or so, I bought a book that had listed a number of tourist sites in Ghana. I think it was called Romancing the Ghana Land or something like that. I can't remember the title. And my intention was to visit each of their places and then take them off my list. But, well, I can't say that I have visited all the places, but I've done quite a bit of sightseeing of the country, thankfully. So, yeah, that's it for me.
That's like, you said the title of the book is what? Romancing what?
I think it's called Romancing the Motherland or Romancing Ghana or something like that. I'll look for it and then share the title.
Okay. Would like to have it because truly there's so much to see in this country. We have to appreciate and enjoy. All right. I'm so sorry, Elom. I almost forgot you.
Yeah, I was wondering why you left me.
Well, you and Melissa are one, so but please share yours.
Yeah, so outdoor activities, yeah. I mean, all of my life has been outdoors. So I grew up in Achimota School, first in the Eastern Compound. Then after a while on the school farm. I'm sure we remember the school farm.
Okay.
Now the school farm is a residential, area. But it was a proper farm and a forest. And it was always exciting to go into the farm and walk around. And I mean, just reminds me of how so many Germans used to come to the school farm and just draw and paint and just study trees and the likes.
Okay.
Also my dad had a farm on Legon campus. Yeah, from the Ekwafu roundabout, when you're heading for the statistics department.
I see.
The space on the right was my father's farm.
Okay.
Yeah, so
how did he get the land?
it was just it was land available, and workers and staff used those times in the 80s, used those lands.
But on campus.
If you work on campus, yeah, you had access to. He wasn't working on Legon campus. He worked in Achimota school, but he got land on Legon campus. So he was farming on Legon campus. So every weekend, every holiday, we were on the farm. Then again, I also happened to live in Amejope, where I come from. For a few years in the 80s. So my grandfather, every day of the week, there was a farm we visited. So there was a day we would go to the coffee farm. There was a day we would go to the cocoa farm. We'd go to the citrus farm, plantain. Every day of the week, there was a farm we visited. And so outdoor was life. But Michael, like Michael said, I noticed when I started to do farming myself, which was about 3 years ago, I noticed that I felt better anytime I went to the farm with regards to back. You know, you sit in the office and 8 to 10 hours of the time you sit mostly. But on the farm, you're walking, you're climbing, everything you're doing is like exercising.
Yeah.
So every time I go to the farm on weekends and I come back to Accra, I feel much better. No pain in the back. But I come to Accra, I sit for 3 days and my back begins to hurt. So I've come to realize that my life is actually on the farm and outdoors. And it's just lovely to be outdoors. Like you've all said, you wake up in the morning and you step out and it's just calm. It's lovely. I mean, this morning after yesterday's rains, the kind of breeze I got this morning was much different. And surprisingly, the sun came out early today at about 6:15. The sun was up, and whilst I was walking, I raised my eyes to look at the sun. And the interesting bit was that the first 5 seconds is difficult to look, but as you look past 5 seconds, you see how beautiful the sun is. You see the sun as a real circle, a perfect circle. And it's like, you see so well that at 6:15, you see the sun so well that it doesn't hurt your focus. It's so clear. It's rather when you take your eye off the sun and you look on the street you are walking, then you can't see properly. So it was like, I preferred looking at the sun than even looking down at the street. And it's a wonderful experience. I mean, sometimes when I walk and the sun comes out, I change my course so that the sun hits my face and not my back, you know. And so, I mean, outdooring is the way to go for all of us.
And I've never been able to look at the sun for more than 5 seconds. So I'm actually surprised.
You should.
You do that.
Go beyond that. Just try your best and go beyond that. You realize that it gets clearer and it's lovely.
Okay. Nice. Cool. Well, let me also say a bit about myself. So as you all know, my name is Abigail Addison, ABBY IMANI, for that matter. And I work currently at the School of Public Health. I'm a senior research assistant. What else? I also went to Motown, Accra. And the University of Ghana, and did my master's, and I'm single, and I'm from a family of 5. I'm the last of 3 children. Yes, and I also love the outdoors. I mean, for me, I wish I could just stay there forever. I don't know. Right from like Melissa said, when we were young, I mean, we did a lot of outdoor things. We come back from school and the next thing we are thinking about is going to play outside. So I don't know whether that's where the interest came from, but I loved it. We were up to such mischief, you know, tracking mangoes from people's houses, dogs chasing us, playing all kinds of games outside, what we call chaskele, hide and seek, all those things. And then I think I enjoyed Legon campus too. But okay, before that, I did geography in Motown, and I really loved physical geography. I think that's where I really started developing a real love for the outdoors. Studying all those physical features, I was just blown away. I mean, it was my favorite part of geography. So from then on, I had that desire to visit the physical features we had learned about. Unfortunately, even though we're learning about them, we never really got to see them for real. And so some of them, I didn't realize how huge they were until I saw pictures later. But yeah, I started desiring to see those features, go those places. And then I also love the beach. I really love the beach. It brings such calm, just looking at the waves, at the horizon, walking along the beach, just thinking about your life. It's refreshing. I mean, for lack of a better expression, really refreshing. So now that I'm able, like has been shared, I do a lot of walking. I engage in activities like we did, and I've traveled out. I mean, Enyo with myself and Enyo and a friend traveled out on Major Pair. I mean, what I'm looking forward to in this life is to visit as many places as possible where you have picturesque, I mean, sceneries, just admire God's nature. And one of my dreams is to showcase these places that I go to, just show them off and show how awesome God is. And that's my experience. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay. We're also quiet, I was wondering. Okay. So now we come to what brought us all together. I think I want Elon to do the narration this time because he was the mastermind behind our initial plan, which turned into a hike. So Elon,
I was the mastermind.
Yeah.
You were the entertainment prefect.
It came later after you had
So
recruited.
you sanctioned it. You were the catalyst.
Well, now I'm the one interviewing you, so I'm vetoing you.
Okay. So like you put it, spontaneous hike. I just got up one day and I was like, I mean, we're just on social media all the time and not doing much as friends.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I texted you and said, I mean, we should do something on the coming holiday. And it's only because I have come to learn that life is about experiences. Yeah. And so what are we doing?
I can put your video on. I think you guys are okay with the internet. So.
Okay. Yeah. So I've come to learn that life is about experiences, and what are we doing every day is all for work. We wake up at 8 we wake up at 5 a.m. 8 a.m. we're at the office. 5 we're closing, we're in 2 hours traffic back home. And then the next day you see your colleagues in the office, it's like you just took a break, an hour break, and you showed up again. But truth be told, like I've said, I mean, life is worth it when it's about experience, when it's about family, when it's about friends. I mean, when it's about relationships and building them. I mean, that is where we find real wealth. And so it's one of the things that I look out for now, being just getting up and deciding that you want to, do something exciting, being outdoor, walking, hiking, going places and seeing and experiencing and enjoying nature. And so I said to you that, holiday, what are we doing? And you jumped on it. As for you, there's no limit, So if you want someone to give you, in quotes, vim, the place to come to, and you just accepted it. And said we should do something. And by thinking together, we decided that we would go up Aburi, and have and walk. So we shared it with other friends, and Melissa and Enyonam were available. And so we planned that we were going to walk. We wouldn't do Ayimensa to Idrase because of the numbers, because of how busy it is. So we decided we'll do Ashra said to Mamfe. And that was how the journey started. But then again, as we walked towards Mamfe, then we saw Waterfalls.
It wasn't our watching. We ourselves watching.
That's what I was going to say. That we spoke about. We decided we were going to be watching before the walk.
I have some of the photos. As you talk, I'll probably be sharing them. So you go on.
And Elom, Elom is skipping a part that I always find very, very interesting.
Okay, so I've taken a back seat.
No, wait. The part where we noticed Michael and Amin is where I don't want him to skip. So,
where we
surely.
Where did
you don't remember that? As we were walking, they walked past us. Michael and Amin actually walked past us.
Oh, okay.
And we thought, hey, these guys have energies.
But I noticed them. I
had seen them at the foot of the mountain.
Yeah, at the foot. Yeah, that's where I saw them, at the foot of the mountain. Yeah. But so we got our wache. We also had a plan for fufu, and so we had to eat the wache early in the morning before the walk. And I'm sure that's when Amin and Michael caught up with us and even went past that. Yes. Walked past us. So we were heading for Mamfe. And as we walked, we were looking at the settlements coming up. And we actually complained about how, the environment was going to be lost eventually, the climate, the ecology of the place, because of the many settlements that were coming up. And so, so that's us. And and then we saw there they are, the back.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, the back.
I didn't even realize.
At this picture, so many.
You took the picture before we met?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
I'm seeing this picture, but I didn't notice that they were in the background.
Exactly.
So it means they walked past us.
They did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So at this point, we were complete strangers. We didn't know who they were.
Yeah, that's true.
Each other.
So as we walked, we saw the signpost for Adom Falls. And I think myself and Enyo that decided that we go to the falls. I can't remember, but some of us decided.
It was me.
It was you, and
it was actually.
So we decided to go. So we decided to do the falls instead of walking to Mamfe. And then it was a day that we wanted to enjoy ourselves in walking, no limits, just walk. And we decided to turn towards Adom. We didn't know the way, but we just said, let's walk. Let's walk towards Adum. And then we began to, walk through the town on the side of the road before Adum Falls. And then what did we do? We decided to get water because there was going to be a long walk. We didn't know what to expect. And then at getting the water,
we encountered some guy. We wanted to know how long, and we encountered two guys.
Yeah.
And they told us it was an hour, and some of us.
Yeah, some of us didn't want to go. That the less spontaneous. We didn't want to go. We know
it has to be hoaxing, to get us to continue the journey. Anyway, you're not mentioning any names.
So we went to get water, and then we saw our two friends, our working friends, seated at the shop.
They were relaxing. They look like shop owners.
Exactly, it's true.
So I think at that point, Abigail, you took over. So tell us what happened.
Maybe Michael.
Oh, I did?
Yeah. I think Michael did. Michael should tell us what happened.
So I think we introduced ourselves, and then Michael was like, "Oh, are we going to the falls?" And we're like, "Yeah." So then he was like, "Okay, then let's go together." That's what I remember. Yeah, so we joined forces and we started walking, and it was quite rocky. I was taking pictures, and we were all chatting. Like everybody was. I think I have a picture of that one. I hope so.
Wow.
Yeah. So we walked down to, and the guys were still with us. So they took us down to the Adum Falls. We got there, and apparently we had to pay money. Thank God.
Before we got there, don't forget, before we got there, we had to do what, 92 steps. 92 steps.
No, not to the falls itself. Before we even got to the clearing to go down to the falls, remember they had a gate and we had to pay.
Yeah, that's true.
I think 40 or so. And then they asked the two guys to turn back. Yeah. So so we went in, and then that's where they assigned us the young guy. He's also Michael, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he very eager guy. Be about maybe 15, 16 years. Or enthusiastic. Took our phones and was taking pictures of us. And so that's when we got to know that it was actually two different falls, male and female.
Yeah.
So we went the male first. I remember we were saying that ladies first, but it turned out that we were being led to the male first. So we went, but before we go on, let me ask Amin and Michael to also tell us what their plan was for the day before they encountered us. Then we'll continue the story. So who is going to go? Amin, Michael.
So having met Amin at the Fajato, we agreed that when he comes to Accra, we'll walk. Okay. So, he got to Accra, I think, a couple of days after we met. And my plan was to just walk with him from Ayimesa to the Botanical Gardens. But as we kept going, he was looking for forest. He was wondering why we're walking on the road and there was no forest. So when we got about the Botanical Gardens, I realized that actually we had to look for some forest. And on the right was obviously the Wosumase, side of things. So that's how we decided to go. And then when we got to the shop, he wanted to get some rest and then just drink something because I think I was a little bit tired. And then when we saw you guys, I was like, well, when you're out in nature, it's all about, new friendships, new relationships and things like that. And you guys look cool. So I was like, well, let's just see if these guys will make a nice party. And then we foreskin you guys and then we are here today.
Yeah. I got word in ages for skin, but yeah. Oh, please go on. Sorry.
Yeah, so the plan was in the waterfall, but I realized that Amin really wanted, to experience, the greens, and how often would you get, somebody from the West coming to walk and be looking out for the thing. You know, it was rare. So I wanted to just make sure you had a good time. You know, because I know very well that when I find myself in Germany somewhere, we're also going to have, you know, he's going to retaliate. So I had to make sure that we had a good time. But it was fun. I mean, we had a lot of good conversations. It was powerful. It was powerful.
Yeah.
So that's
was
how
a good day.
So, was someone say something?
No, I just said it was a good day. I didn't really expect anything. I was like, okay, I'll just go for a hike with Michael. I know he's a little bit crazy, so it's gonna be a good hike. And then we just kept on walking. And like, I'm walking on the street, and he definitely could tell that I was like, I wanted the greens. So we just kept on walking until we got there, and finally paid out. So yeah, I think the waterfalls were just great. Definitely worth it. And meeting you guys was fun too. So perfect day.
Yeah, it was nice meeting up with you guys. I mean, it was of ourselves. We're having fun, but it was extra fun once you guys joined us.
And we walked to the second waterfalls. I don't think either of us would do it alone. Like we were like, let's do it.
I know. So that was a chinku one. But let me show a few pictures. I remember at the Waterfalls, Amen, you nearly gave us a heart attack.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that. I mean, that was what Ghana versus what Germany.
You know, attempt. I'm going to show a picture of him right now. Yeah, so we went down to the falls. It was fun. It was refreshing. I mean, the water just calmed me down, like inside out. By the time, even just the first part, the middle part. I think the middle part, we didn't really go into the water. That's when Amen gave us a heart attack.
Amen, he
went to dive. Unfortunately, I don't have the video. But
this was before the jump.
Yes, this is before the jump.
because we weren't expecting the jump.
Screaming, don't. But he knew what he was doing.
There were no rocks, don't worry.
Yeah.
I asked the guy, and I just jumped.
Yeah, so then we took pictures, and then we went back up, and then down again. Unfortunately, Enyo couldn't join us. She wasn't feeling too well. It was quite unfortunate. We thought after relaxing a bit, she would come back. My sister. So we went down, and this time we got into the water. Melissa, you can take up from here while I look for the photos and shoot.
Okay, but let me say, you know, the steps going down, after we went through the gates, that's when we were told that you have to go down how many steps. And of course, some of us were already exhausted from the walk from the main road down to the falls, and it was so unexpected. So we weren't really prepared or signed up for that kind of walk. And then we found out you had to go down 90 steps or so to get to the male waterfall. It's really beautiful, right? The walk down, it's beautiful, really. But yes, we were like, oh my goodness, when are we going to get there? You know?
And we are going to climb back up.
And then you have to climb back up, but it's so worth it when you get to the fall. You know, so we got there, we had a good view of the fall. We climbed some of the rocks, and that's when the brave went beyond expectation. So, you know, so I think he had the full experience of the Adum Male waterfall. And then from there, we came back up the 90 steps. That's when people started to really realize that we are growing. And then we went down again to the female fall, which is much easier to get to, but it's also lovely. So it's also a lovely fall. So we had fun. We went and took pictures there as well. And afterwards, we came back thinking that we were done for the day. That's where we took spontaneity to a different level.
I tell you.
We went into overdrive.
Yeah, that was because we saw. So while we're refreshing ourselves, then a group of hikers came out from the forest out of nowhere. They just appeared, and we saw. I think what really motivated us was seeing the elderly people hiking as well. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
There was an elderly woman and a man. They were like, if these people have been able to do it, why not? And then it turned out that Michael and Enyo knew someone among them. So we asked about where they came from. And they had walked from Dodo, as they said.
Yeah.
All the way to Kadum Falls. And so they told us about Chenku. And we asked the guide, and he was tired, the one who came with them. He was tired, so he said he can't make it. So we were like, okay, then we'll try. And later we're like, no. Wait
it took us a while to decide which will debating to go or not to go.
And later Michael was like, no. Let's do this. You never know when it will happen again. And I think because Amen too was leaving.
Going to leave, yes.
So we decided that let's just go. And then the small boy who wasn't sure about the route suddenly said he sort of remembered. But it was a risk that we took because he couldn't actually remember. And we were just going blindly, wherever the road leads us. We'll go. Now thinking about it, I think it's good we went with him because you remember the farms we went through and we couldn't really see a path, but he knew which parts of the farm to use to get to the road we saw. So,
but you see, Abby, you said something. You said it's a risk we took.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth of the matter is that, I mean, why have we grown up and lost all the exciting things we did when we were young? I mean, because for me, in that moment, we become risk averse. In that moment where we had to decide to go to the next fall, Chenku, I mean, for me, I felt like, let's be young again. I mean,
I know.
let's just do it. I mean, why have we become? I mean, we've controlled every bit of our lives. I mean, let's just do it. I mean, yeah. So that was it. And
I just said, almost killed me, Charlie.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think we become too serious. In life, as you grow up, responsibilities and all tend to occupy time, but we need to maintain that playfulness, that nonchalant attitude sometimes, not careless, but being open-minded and exploring, just enjoying ourselves, having fun, Oh, Enyo says the internet is still acting up.
Oh,
I really wish you could talk to you, but we'll see. And you can try every now and then. Yeah, so I totally agree. Maybe I was for it. I was just waiting for the final decision. Even if it won't happen one day, it will happen again.
Yeah.
So eventually we decided, and little Michael led the way, went down. It was bush pan. This one day. It wasn't like the trip from Obusumasi to the Falls.
Yeah.
It was actual bush with shrubs and elephant grass whipping at our faces and our arms. At a point, we had to apply cream. Melissa, I remember.
Yes.
It started itching.
If we had known we were actually going to go through the forest, I'm sure some of us would have dressed more appropriately.
Yeah. Because we're in shorts and short sleeve, and so that. But I mean, still, it didn't deter us from enjoying at all. We kept going, and then we came to the mountainside. First, we went down a path we thought was taking us to the bottom of the falls, but it turned out that it was at the top, the very top, and that place too was quite treacherous. But somehow we were very brave. And we still went down. I'm in there. He was gone. I remember. I just separated, like, okay, not separated himself, but gone ahead of us, anxious to see.
You know, there was a point where actually, was it Enyo? Someone was upset with Amin and Michael.
Oh, really?
And it was like, and they've left us. It's like they have an aim, and they've left us. And they're not looking out for us. And
I think
where did
we didn't leave you.
Those were the two people who were lagging behind.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We are not naming names.
Who were eventually behind.
Are you sure we were trying to find? No. We were trying to find a better route for all of you. That's why we were behind. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Yeah.
Okay, Enyo is typing some of the comments. She says she had a work crisis which she completely missed. Yeah, spontaneous is great, but I guess God must have been talking about. Okay, so yeah, something that she had.
You were also breaking. Can you read what Enyo said again?
Oh, okay. She said that she had a work crisis which she completely missed until the next day. And that, yes, spontaneous is great, but I guess for me, God must have been prompting me about something.
Okay.
So, yeah, maybe she needed that quiet to be able to remember, or for God to bring to her mind what it is that she had to deal with, the work crisis that she had. So, yeah, okay. So don't worry, and you won't tease you too much. Yeah. So, yeah, we went back up. And then I think the young Michael, found another route, and this was down the side of a mountain. Hey, Chalet, another test. Yeah, and we came across people who had gone down, were coming up, and some couldn't breathe, and some were being carried. But hey, that didn't phase us. We still decided to go. We were bent on seeing the other falls. So gradually down slippery slope, with loose rocks and sand. Michael, both Michaels. So Michael, we'll come to you. You tell us about all your adventures and your mountain climbing. But yeah, he gave us some skills and techniques to use, both when we're going and coming up. So we went down, got to the mini mango plantation, got ourselves some mangoes from the farmer.
I plucked some before the farmer gave us. So
okay.
I remembered my days.
My childhood days. I was stealing.
I looked for some tiny rocks and brought a few down. Before I could see the farmer was coming from a corner. I had to behave.
What's in the act? Unfortunately, you have a dog to chase you like those times. Yeah, so he gave us, and that was like 1 minute away from the falls. Oh. And at that point, one of us was like, "She's had it. She's going to find Okada." She's not going to go up that mountain.
the return trip.
And it was for a good reason, because her footwear was coming apart. I think I didn't want it in the world. So yeah, it was wise. It was a wise decision that she took, because climb up was something else. So unfortunately, I don't see. Okay, let me see whether I'll find some. But yeah, we went to the Chenku Falls, and it was high, nicely high, but for me, I think especially the female Adum Falls was nicer. I mean, the bottom of Chinku wasn't as first of all, the water wasn't as much. I mean, at the very bottom, at the bottom of the falls, it extended, like it was flowing out, but the very bottom was quite small and sandy. So you step in it and it just brings up the sand. But it was still nice. I mean, and I think there were also too many people too there. So though it was fun, I mean, it was like we had to contend with a lot of young, exuberant teenagers, doing their own thing. So we sat, ate our mangoes, we washed our mangoes and ate and took photos, and then we headed back again and we saw the potato seller. Michael, you remember the potatoes you shared with me?
Yes. It was hot and
Yeah.
beautiful word. Yeah, it was nice.
After I had a few times, you decided to engage me again.
Yeah. I had to manage it.
The journey was long. The journey that was coming up was long. So
Charlie,
we had to calm ourselves.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, we talked a lot. Michael and Armin, I mean, can you share your experience too? How was it like coming along?
Amen.
Armin, Armin
Well,
there?
I think it was fun in that we didn't prepare for it, so it was just unfolding as the time went by. And you guys were a great company, so we connected as if we had known each other, ourselves for a while. So that made it fun because when you're hiking, you want to be in good company, so that made it fun. And yeah, I think it was solid. It was solid. It was worthwhile. I think we did like 11 hours, the whole time. So that was quite a hike. That's quite a
Yeah.
hike. That's quite a hike. And it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, had fun, and for me, that was my mission for the day to make sure that I give him a treat, and at any point in time, I'll keep on asking him, whether he was okay and he was having fun and he was excited and stuff like that. So once it was an affirmative, I my job was done. My job was done. Yeah, so it was good. It was good.
So we started climbing up the mountain. It looks like Armin has fallen off.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully he'll come back. Yeah, so we started climbing up the mountain, and you taught us a few tips about how to go up. The breathing. I remember that very very helpful.
And how to step.
How to step, yes, and how to. Can you please repeat that just for the sake of our audience, in case they find themselves there one day?
Well, I mean, hiking is about, a lot of people think it's just walking in the bush or climbing mountains, but there's a lot to it. It teaches you a lot of stuff. It teaches you patience, perseverance, how to strategize, because you have to be mindful or careful of where you step, how much energy you use, especially when you're climbing bigger mountains, and then also how you conserve your energy, which requires you to breathe in a certain way. Such a way that you don't deplete the energy you have, because you don't want to be in the middle of the hike and be toast, right? So and then also when you're walking on loose ground with sand and rocks and things like that, like small sand and stones, you want to place your foot in a certain way, such that you're in control of your weight, so that if you have to slip, you still manage how to balance yourself so that you don't harm yourself in the process. But largely, I love to see people hiking because there's miracles in nature, and I am going to hike multiple countries, every year till I die. So I've done Afajatu 15 times in 18 months. And yeah. So, and every time the experience is different, right? The experience is different. I think July 29th, we are going to go again. So that'll be my 16th time. So if you guys are crazy and you want to go, I'll give you information and we can go.
July 29th.
Where is that?
Yeah, it's a Saturday. Yeah, it's a Saturday.
Where did you say you're going?
July 29th. Yeah.
Afaja, okay. Okay. July 29th. Okay, please keep us posted.
Yeah, sure.
It'll be fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Melissa has sent photos. All right, please go on.
Yeah. So what else do you want to know? So it's a lot to say. So you tell me what you want to know.
You said you were going to do.
Oh, just
is it you were preparing for Kili?
No, I did Kilimanjaro in September 20 last year. September.
Everest. You're preparing for Everest.
Yeah.
Tell us
Yeah,
about
so
it. What's motivating?
Yeah, I was preparing for. Oh no, I just want to explore. I mean, in my previous life, I spent most of my time just working, no fun, not living, not collecting memories. And I've decided to spend the rest of my natural life exploring and living actually, before I was existing. I decided to live, and to live, I want to be out there collecting memories. So I want to visit all the places that can challenge me. Kilimanjaro was very, very challenging, 7 days, 6 nights. I think we have less than 10 Ghanaians that have submitted Kilimanjaro. And the next one for me was base camp, which is Everest base camp, which was going to be about 17 days. So I prepared for it, but some guys came around and they wanted a different challenge. So I put out a little survey as to whether the people wanted me to cycle from Accra to Tamale and back in 10 days, or do Machu Picchu, or do Mont Blanc, which is the highest mountain in Western Europe, which borders around Italy, France, and Switzerland. And the guys chose cycling. So come November 4th to the 19th, I'll be cycling from Accra to Tamale and back 10 days, which will be probably more difficult than summiting Kilimanjaro, because I'm now training for that challenge. So if there's any wisdom I want to pass, on to you guys, always set big challenge goals. Let it be massive, and then day in, day out, you work towards it. So since I'm going to do this in the next 4.5 months, every week for 5 days at 5 a.m., I meet my team and we train, different types of training. We cycle. So now I do cycling, I do swimming, I do tennis, and then I do swimming, all towards, my fitness. You get it. So a lot of times, as my brother was saying earlier, you wake up in the morning, you go to work, you go hustle, and you come back, and it's the routine. But you need to plan these activities into your life. So every 5 a.m. So any work that I have to do starts after 11. So 5 to 10 is for my wellness, right? So I do some reading, I get out there to exercise. You get it. So I make sure I do that, and then my late afternoons are also blocked. You get it. So I am at a point in my life where I can afford to do that. But as you go about evaluating the way you do your stuff, you want to purposefully, with intentionality, fit, this lifestyle into the way you handle your business. Because at the end of the day, you're going to realize that all the material things, all the other things that we think are the bling blings and shall it make you feel good and stuff, it doesn't compare to being in nature and being happy. And when you're in nature, as an entrepreneur, and I do a lot of innovation in technology, you get a lot of ideas. You get a lot of ideas that if you're within your normal environment, you will not get. And this allows you to also be alone. So you're alone with your thoughts. You're able to think deeper and peace. It's just a powerful place to be if you really want to elevate your life. So that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, I've shared some of the photos. I hope it's still showing.
Yeah.
You can see, yeah. So that's the Chinko Falls. Yeah, thanks a lot. I was going to ask, so can you tell us a bit about the whole mental catalyst idea? How does that fit into your bid to live, not just exist?
Yeah, I mean, the Mental Catalyst Club is a club I set up in 2021. So I think we've done it over 2 years. And basically, it's my way of also giving back to society, given the lessons I have learned along the way in my past life. And I see a lot of young people doing the same mistakes that I did. So Mental Catalyst is basically about you living an exceptional life, which has 4 key pillars: your physical health, your mindset, your spirituality, and your emotions. So these 4 key pillars are things that one needs to be aware of and make sure that you're always, aligned with them. So these 4 pillars are just like the tires of a car. The 4 tires of a car. If a tire is deflated, your car, you can't really move, right? Or you can't even move fast. So a lot of times you have people concentrating on their spirituality, or some of them are just doing gym, which is physical fitness. But we need to balance all the 4, which is your physical, your physical fitness, your mindset, which is constantly reading and feeding your mind to elevate yourself to the point where you're very imaginative. A lot of times, most people are still when it comes to knowledge, because we don't invest in knowledge acquisition. And it's not just about knowledge acquisition, but you being imaginative. And that's where the power lies. Then the next one is your emotions. A lot of times people don't really know how they feel, and they react anyhow, they interact with people anyhow. So that's where emotional intelligence comes in. Because if you're not in charge of emotions, you're going to burn bridges. You're going to act in ways that is not going to be in your interest. You're going to say things that you're not supposed to say. So at any point in time, if you're a catalyst, you need to know how you feel, where your mind is, and how to react even if you're pushed, to the hill, right? And then your spirituality. We all know that, look, as people of faith, Charlie, there's a superpower somewhere out there. So it has to be part of your morning routine. So every morning you should do some exercise, do some reading, check your emotions, and then also obviously do do your morning devotion. Okay, so as catalysts, you do that. So the reading, they do like a minimum of a book a month. So as a catalyst, you have to do 12 books in a year, and you also have to walk 10,000 steps in a day, for which now we have the hiking and other things. So, so that's how it came about. And now we have a lot of people who are following what we do. And at the end of the day, I think it boils down to habits. You cannot dream, you cannot desire to be successful or have aspirations when you're not willing to put in the effort. And a lot of times people start and they quit, they stop, okay, because they don't allow themselves to form the habits and protect the habits. So what I do is I use myself as a guinea pig to show people that it's possible. So when I did Kilimanjaro, it was just my way of letting people know that, what, I can summit the highest mountain in Africa, but this is how I'm going to do it. And it took me 10 months to prepare for it, and I did it. And a lot of people were following it day by day as I was posting the updates and going through the challenges and all of those things. But it was my way of educating, let people know that, look, success is a choice, happiness is a choice. You have to elect to succeed and be happy. So now with this cycling of 1,300 kilometers from Accra to Tamale and back, I'm not a professional cyclist. I've just started cycling 6 months, but 5 days a week, I am, going out. Even when it's raining, we are cycling, we are training and all of that. And people are, and every day I post it and I'm sharing the lessons that, one is gleaning from all the activities. So it's just a way of letting people know that, what, let's stop expecting things when you're not willing to put in effort. Let's dream big. Culturally, when you dream big and talk about it, people look at you and say you're too knowing, you're some way, and all of those things. They hold you down. So the way our culture is, the way we've been brought up, you dare not talk big things. You dare not say you're going to climb some mountain somewhere, But and a lot of times people listen to such things, and it kills their vim, and it doesn't allow them to really tap into their true potential and their capabilities, right? So what I'm doing with the Mental Catalyst is let people know, what, it is possible. Watch me do it. Here are the lessons. And I only not share the good thing. I share all the bad things, all the challenges, the frustrations, everything. So there's no shooting, there's no pro, there's no trying to, no. I mean, look, this is what it is. It is real. If you want to try it, come and join me and you'll see what it's like, and then you'll learn from it, right? So that's what the Mental Catalyst is really about.
Okay. So how does one join?
Oh, I think once you express interest, we'll give you a link to a form, you fill it out, and then, you don't have to pay any money. You just have to do the things you have to do. So on a quarterly or a bi, we do the Fajato trip. So that's why there's one coming up in July, so we do that. And then every Saturday we get to work at University of Ghana, Legon, or we do a UMSat Botanical Gardens. So we do different types of activities as well, and quite a number of them are also training for Kilimanjaro, You know, I always encourage people to do crazy things, you know, because that's the life. That's where you learn. You know, anytime you're comfortable, you're not developing. You have to be in a state of discomfort. And when you don't have big goals that you're working towards, you're just coasting. And when you're coasting, you're wasting. You're just wasting. You get it. So this morning, for example, I did the cycling. I went to play tennis. I had to rush home for your show. Right, that's a serious traffic on the Palace Road over there, and I had to rush because I didn't want to miss your thing, right? So I cycle in the morning, work, and then in the evening, you know, late afternoon, go play tennis, right? So I occupy myself with things that really matter to me, that gives me the high, gives me peace, gives me happiness and fulfillment. And like before, all of those times are free, and you find yourself using them for unproductive things. You know, so if anybody's listening or watching, I encourage people to dream big, like crazy. Like if you want to walk to the moon, it's okay. You just have to figure out how to walk to the moon, right? Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. It's free to dream, you know, but we are scared to dream. We are scared to say it. We are scared to put it out there. And then, you know, a lot of people, so this cycling I'm doing it to create awareness about mental health. That is a theme for what I'm doing. So I'm going to be talking a lot about mental health. But there are a lot of people out there who are suffering. They are painfully suffering, like massive. They're in dark places, but they can't talk. They can't say, especially for the guys. But they are doing macho. Yeah, they are bleeding. So by the time you will actually rest in peace, gone too soon, what a shock. And these guys are just dying. When they don't have to die. You know, the young ones are getting BP or stroke, all sorts of things, because they are not being told the things they have to be told. And they're also not willing to listen and, you know, put in the effort. Right. So this is what, you know, some of us are about. It's about educating and impacting and making a difference in those who are yet to be born and those who are here, you know. And then in the process as well, we do a lot of documentation. So if you're on my page, you realize that on a daily basis, I'm constantly posting stuff, like serious stuff, you know. And then we have people all over the world that who every day when they wake up, one of the first places they go is to come to the page and see Charlie what's there, you know. And they are surprised at the consistency, because what is lacking or missing primarily is consistency in people's lives. You get it. And consistency is key. You need that discipline. Without the consistency, Charlie, you cannot optimally succeed, you know. So that's what we try to get across. And that's what the mental catalyst is about. And it's not easy, but it's beautiful, because I personally find myself challenged, totally challenged. You know, and when I see people who listen to the things I talk about and leverage it, and they see the benefits, and they are living the lifestyle, and others are like rooting for them and other people. So you see change, you see it happening, you know, you see the domino effect, you know, and that's what makes me happy. Unlike before, I was thinking, you know, you're always fixated on the, you know, on the Benjamins, right? You're thinking about, I want to be below $9. I want to have the finest cars. But then you get to the point, you get to a certain point in life where you realize that it's not about those things. It's about making a difference in people's lives. It's about making a difference in humanity. And that's what drives me. You get it? Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for all you do.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
If it's possible, can you please put the link in the chat? The one through which you can join, and then your Facebook, or you can send it to my WhatsApp and I'll forward it to everybody. Okay, Enyo has gone ahead of us. All right. Thank you, Enyo. She's attached the Facebook link. I'm seeing Jonathan Intifo. He's another outdoor person. Jonathan, I'm putting you on the spot. You've been doing some stuff lately there's a group called the Global Citizens. You've been going out having fun. Jonathan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, with us. How you find the outdoors, how you develop the interest, and then what does it do for you, like enjoying outdoor activities?
I think naturally I'm somebody that likes activities, and is especially with everything that's happening in Accra, and sometimes it's just necessary for everybody to get away from all of this and just be somewhere for a day or two where you can just totally forget about all the stress and the business of life in Accra, and just go out there and enjoy what God has created, have fun with people, build new friendships, because typically that's what happens for us. Typically on every trip we get to meet, at least I get to meet maybe like 3 or 4 people that I haven't met before. So that's always it's always interesting for me, and they always come back feeling, more refreshed and, ready to go at things. So it's something that we don't do really well as Ghanaians. I don't think we travel well internally enough. But yeah, there's so many great things to see out there. And there are a few more things to do this year, so I'm looking forward to that. Your story has really been interesting, and I was just sitting here thinking that I wish I had been on that shoot along with you. But being outdoors is great.
More to come. more adventures in the future. So I'll keep you posted.
Sure.
Thanks a lot for sharing. So Amin says it's a bit late in Germany, so he had to drop off. So we thank him very much. He didn't want to interrupt you, Michael. So he says bye to all of you. He said it was nice being on here. Yes, and truly it's been nice. Our time is up. I like to, as much as possible, keep to the time so that I don't inconvenience people. So unfortunately, we'll have to close the curtain. Thank you all so much for coming on. It's been an exciting session. And like Michael has shared with us, let's think of our health holistically. So it's not just about making money, it's not just about physical, not just spiritual. Every aspect of our lives we should pay attention to and develop and enjoy what God has blessed us with. Let's savor the experiences that we go through. Let's not take them for granted at all. And let's also enjoy the friendships. We didn't even get to that. So after we got back from Chenku and left Adum, we went to eat fufu. In fact, I have to show that picture. Sorry, please spare me a few minutes. We went to eat fufu, and it turned out that we knew a lot of people in common. It's just amazing how God just weaves everything so beautifully. So I'll show you the fufu place. So we went to enjoy some fufu. Some of us had goat meat, some of us had kantie. Amin wanted rice balls, but they didn't have some available. We just sat. It took a while for the food to come, but it was good because it afforded us the opportunity to just talk and get to know each other. And we realized that we had so many friends in common. So that's I hope you can see it. Can you see the fufu joint?
Yes, we can.
Yep.
That's Melissa right there.
Yes.
And Armin in front of it.
Waiting anxiously for
you know. Charlie, after the rigorous walking, we had to refuel. And it was good. I really enjoyed it. The fufu was good. We had drinks. Yeah, just sat and relaxed. And that was really enriching, just getting to know each other and talking about the friends we know and the things we are doing. So yeah, it's really important. Let's not get too serious and miss out on the experiences that will enrich our lives. And that's the reason for this session, to wake us up to the fact that there's a lot to enjoy in this life. It's not just about going to work and coming back, but there's so much more that we can do. And Michael, thank you so much. You are such an inspiration. I'm just thinking about doing Kilimanjaro one of these days. I've always also dreamed about doing skydiving, bungee jumping. All those things. By God's grace, Charlie.
Just do them.
Yeah. It's gonna happen. As long as God grants us life, it will happen. Even if you do it once, that, Charlie, you've faced some fear. You've conquered it. Yeah. So like Elam says, I'm entropy for
The group you vacated.
Oh, come on, Melissa. You had to throw that in.
I just had to.
It's a break. I told you, it's a season.
Fine, we hear you.
So yeah, there's more to come. We're doing more, and we look forward to that. So thank you all so much for coming. This has been the ABBY IMANI REVEALS Show. This is where we speak, we are real so that we can live, and not just any life, but the life that Christ has given us. And that includes mountain climbing, hiking, and bungee jumping and all. He's given us all that to enjoy. So let's enjoy it to the fullest. Life is too short, you never know when your maker will call you. So just have fun as you serve him, as you honor him. Enjoy what he's given you as well. So yes. Jonathan, please pray with us to close.
Okay, sure. And so, our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for the opportunity to discuss how we've been able to enjoy the creation that you have beautifully placed around us. We pray committing everyone into your hands that in here. We pray committing the rest of your week, the week into your hands. We're praying and asking that you would be with us, guide us, and you protect us, and you lead us. And we pray even committing some of the other adventures that we'll be planning. We're praying and asking that we would go and have fun and enjoy nature and come back and have more fun stories to tell. We pray committing Milla's program that he's putting together on mental awareness as well. We're praying and asking that you would be with them even as they embark on creating awareness on such an important issue as well. We thank you once again for this evening. In Jesus' name we pray thanksgiving. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen.
All the fufu. That was my portion. Thank you all so much once again. And please show your faces and mute your mics as you exit. Let's say bye to each other. Yeah. Thanks. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Anyo. Hey, it's Dorothy. So I was wondering, is it a Adijua I know? I hope I pronounced it well, or it's someone else? Oh, so good to see you.
Yeah, so good to see you too. It was good.
Yeah.
Really. Keep it up.
I will. Thank you.
All right.
Have a blessed night.
Bless you too. Put the email address, the WhatsApp line for the guy in the chat box. Yeah, I couldn't use Enyo's line.
Okay, I'll send it to your WhatsApp.
Yes, please. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.